I was thinking about
What about those Miller Lights?
these Miller Lights.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Making a ring. This is a really nice table.
Thank you.
This is much nicer than the last time I was here.
I ordered these things. I had a Instagram got me. You know, with the ads. And they're called bib boards.
Bib boards?
I'm super excited about them.
What do you do with a bib board?
I use them for like to hold your racing bib.
Oh.
Instead of using like pins and shit like that, and it doesn't puncture your shirt.
What attaches the bib board to the bib? Or the bib board to your shirt?
Kind of goes like clips in. It like clicks in, like a grommet, I guess, or something like that.
Sure.
And they look awesome, and I'm super pumped. The problem is, I ordered them today, which is a week and what the fuck is today? Wednesday. It's a week and 3
Today's
days away
Thursday.
from. It's like 10 days away from the trail run, and these things aren't going to come until 3 days after it. It's going to take 2 weeks to mail something that probably weighs an ounce.
Did you order it off Amazon?
No, I ordered it off of Instagram.
Well, are they available on Instagram? On Amazon?
I don't know. I was on Instagram, and then I clicked the company, went to their page, and then went to their website, and then bought it from them.
Maybe it'll get here faster. I hope it does.
I hope it does too.
You think all that stuff's out of the frame?
Yeah. Yeah. You're good. So that's kind of where I'm at. But should pull up Google just in case. Do you want to talk about daycare? No, I'm just kidding. I did want to ask you though. We haven't had a chance, like you and I, to like recap from Run the Pier, like just you and I. And was wondering, what you thought was the best part. What did you like the most about it?
Bib board right there, $13.
Yeah, well, it's the same. I actually paid
Free
less.
delivery Monday,
I paid
August
less.
21st.
I paid less. I paid
You can get them with
12
a heart.
something. Yeah, mine are trail runners. You want to see them? They're sweet looking.
Well, maybe I should.
Look at that.
Maybe I should order a set off Amazon. You can use it at North Country Trail.
I was thinking that these things would look at these.
Dude, there's no way that these are going to stay on your shirt.
Yes, they are.
I don't believe it.
I got
You
these
get
trail
American.
runners.
You can get American flags. You get Will Run for beer,
Yeah.
cupcakes.
I thought about getting these, seeing
Run
if we
for
could get some
wine.
kind of like wholesale discount if we got a shitload of them.
Right.
This episode is brought to you by Chapo's Northside Bar, voted best burger and wings in town. Yeah, you heard that right. If you're going to go out for a burger or wings or both, you might as well go to the place that's voted the best. The best. Why wouldn't you have anything less? Look, and if you're not down for a burger or wings, that's cool. They've got salads, wraps, and sandwiches also. And this summer, it's going to get wild because on June 24th, it kicks off their summer concert series in the parking lot. Live music, folks. And guess what? It's free. Yeah. Come down for the music, stay for the fun, enjoy the best burger and wings in town. Chapo's Northside Bar.
Race you to the castle for all the Disney adults out there. Cool.
Yeah, I think these would be fresh to give away as part of the packets.
You can customize them.
Yep.
That's not a bad idea.
No, I think it's a good idea. I
really like that.
I don't like the fact that 4 of them cost almost $13, $12.95. But
I feel like we could maybe reach out to them directly and maybe get a deal,
yeah.
Bib boards, if you're listening.
Yeah.
We'd love to work with you.
We put on races. So, I'll tag you. I don't know. Talked to the dudes from Bell's the other day, and they were super stoked about
Good.
the race. So, that was fresh. Jacoby was like, what did he say?
Those guys were
Fucking awesome is what
just
they were.
a huge help. A huge help. And the presence, I think, just having we talked about a little bit about it, but having the depth of just how tall the cans are and how tall those tents were. Just a real great showing. Real great showing. I thought North Channel's booth came together really nicely as well. Everybody was really happy with both the beers, but
Yeah.
Bell's as the presenting sponsor really
They showed
really
up huge,
showed up.
dude.
Really showed
It
up.
does make me a little bit nervous for next year. Hopefully they decide to be a presenting sponsor again because they came so fucking strong this time. Look at that picture, dude.
Yeah.
They came so strong this time,
Yeah.
and it really made the event it made it look bigger than it probably would have looked if not for that setup.
Yeah. I think it's the only reason that there was a buzz around town when people were driving by.
Yeah, like what is going on over there?
What's going on?
I mean,
what's going on with the Bells Festival?
Yeah, the bouncy house, But I mean, that's one of the things that they're really good at is branding and marketing off that brand.
Bouncy houses, I think, I would really like to talk about that more because I think that would be fun. That'd be fun for the kids and the adults as well.
Yeah. You said the other day when we were talking, because I really do think we could rebrand it to like the Nomi Racing Summer Festival.
Summerfest.
And I know that you kind of packed the brakes on that a little bit. That was your idea. Yeah, you're gonna want to have that thing about.
I just feel like I'm getting blocked out.
I
feel like I'm behind the trees.
Like an eggplant away from your face.
Okay.
Anyways, you're the one that had the idea to kind of rebrand it as a festival, and I thought it was a great idea, and you did kind of pump the brakes a little bit on it the other day because you were like, listen, we need people with the same kind of energy we have.
Yeah.
And I think what we really need to do is try to find some solid volunteers, like a really good group of volunteers that will help with setup and tear down. But if we do that, we could totally do that festival this year. We could make it and promote it as such.
I thought, finding another group, like we've partnered with the Stomp Out Cancer folks, with them being able to really own a part, and then two organizations coming together to really put on a full event, I think is the way to go.
Yeah. I felt really shitty because I talked to, Megan from the Lakeshore Advocacy Center, asked her how she did, and she didn't do very well.
Oh.
In part because it's kind of hard to talk about what that organization does when you're trying to have an event like what we're having.
Yeah.
And she said as much. You don't really want to be you don't want to sit there and talk about child abuse when people are trying to have a good time.
Sure.
So I get that. So, I think in the future, probably for this race, Stomp Out Cancer does a kick-ass job. They've done this. This is what they do, so, we could probably lean on them a little bit more for this event.
Well, I think we just have to find the way for them to make money. And we have to work with them, too.
Yeah.
Because they are busy, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Very, very busy in our community. There's a large draw for it, but finding a way to prepare some kind of fundraiser for them, whether it's sales or, in exchange for work, I don't know. I don't know what it is, but.
Well, there was a conversation there. I think they crushed. They did well.
Yeah.
It didn't cost them really any money to, do the beer tent.
Did they talk to a lot of people? Were they able to educate some people?
I feel like they did.
Okay.
Yeah. And you're talking about Stomp Out, right?
No, I'm talking about Lakeshore Advocacy.
Yeah. So they had numerous people that would
Okay.
they'd come over, and there was some conversations, but again, I guess that is kind of a tough one to. So there's other ways.
If you're a couple beers deep, it's hard to talk about it too.
Yeah. Or all of this stuff is kind of like I get it, but
yeah, I think finding a way just to get them more involved with the nuts and bolts side of things, so that it can, strictly be a fundraiser. I think the outreach is good. I think Megan and her team do a really good job with outreach. I know she's been on the show, right?
Yeah.
She's been on the show here. So maybe for that day, it's less about the outreach and more about, fundraising somehow.
Somehow.
But we can figure that out.
We can figure that out. And that's what I mean. Like, to go back to getting 10 volunteers. I think we can get 10 solid volunteers.
I think so.
And I think we can do it.
We're talk about needing people that are like on a managerial level for the event. I think we got to acknowledge all the people that weren't in the spotlight on the day and leading up to it. DPW did a really great job helping us out, getting ready, and city police, our friends at Bell's, our friends at North Channel. All of our sponsors really have been instrumental in making it get off the ground.
Yeah, we just can't do it without them. Can't do it without their checkbooks. Can't do it without the help with the infrastructure.
Yeah.
I mean,
and without the runners, there's no point. So I thought we had a great turnout. I was spreading some misinformation accidentally. I thought we were up around 300 people.
We had like 700 runners. It was fucking nuts.
Yeah. So it was around 200.
It was over 200. We had 200. Well, we had over 220 sign up this year, which was more than last year.
Yeah.
We had 184 start the race and 184 finish.
That's good. So nobody fell in the water.
Nobody fell in the water. And dude,
good.
How about that 82-year-old? Did you
we
see
had
her?
an 82-year-old?
Oh, you didn't see her?
No.
She
No,
came up to me at some point during late registration and was like, I didn't know I was going to run the race. And she said, I went out on the pier yesterday. Kind of scared me a little bit. 82. She signed up.
82 is the new 62. So.
Yeah, well, she left some people in the dust, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, she didn't finish last by a long shot. She
Yeah.
did well. She finished in like I should pull up that, but anyways, it was under 40 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. So there was a ton of people
That's better
behind
than my
her.
time would be, for sure.
It's better than Dennis McCarthy's time.
Well, good for her. I'm happy. I hope she had a good time. I hope to see her next year.
She had a good time. She had her granddaughter take a picture of us.
Yeah.
All the way around, I thought the event was awesome. And, I'd been thinking at post-event, talking it over with Betsy too, like, there's a shitload of buzz around the event. Every year there is.
Mm-hmm.
And it just kind of caps around 2-something. How do you get
200,
more? 200 something runners. I think part of it is because it's a night race.
Yeah.
Most people get up and...
I think there's part of it. I think we talked a little bit about kind of swinging the time of the beer tent a little bit. So I think less people want to show up early for a 5K to a beer tent. And people would have stayed later. But I thought the time that we did shut it down, well, we didn't have lighting. We should have had better lighting. And I guess just a better plan for tearing down we would have been able to push it back a little bit more. But it is it's a 5K beer tent, so
yeah,
we try to keep it reasonable, I think, for the neighbors.
Before we got the lights though, like when you were like, maybe next year we can just adjust the time, and then I did think about that more. I don't think we need to be married to the 7:30 start time either. We could literally do that. We could still have it at night. The event start at 4:00.
Yeah.
We could have the race at 4:30.
Yeah. Yep.
And then just let that party roll.
I
don't know.
Yeah, I mean, there's a certain
360 days
aesthetic
ago.
that comes with taking pictures at that time. All the pictures have really turned out great. So I like the sunset side of things. I think just we invest a little bit in the lighting around.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I mean, talk about Summerfest. I'm excited about the idea of having a couple routes for this race because we're already setting up for 200 people. So to be able to send people out on 2 different courses, I think, is a pretty organic way to grow the event and get more interested. People more interested. The adventure side of running on the beach, to the pier, through town, up Dunes Drive, down the stairs, I think would be really cool.
I agree.
You said that was about 6 miles?
I feel like it's going to be about 6 miles.
6-ish,
So
yeah.
There might be a 10K. I have to run it yet, but
Yeah.
because I know that I had that 5K dialed in, dog.
Yeah. Yeah, well, especially the day before. We were really
Or making sure that I get out and run the cock.
just on a walk.
Oh my gosh! Yes. Yeah. But even still today, what are we, like a week? We're a week-ish past the the event, and
Feels like it was just yesterday. I still feel like I'm.
yeah, I got.
I didn't get really out of bed on Sunday, except for.
I know, because when
go
you
get
came
a couple Wesco donuts.
when you came over to the park to help with the picnic tables, you had that, like, the side of your face looked like it just got off the pillow.
Oh yeah. That was a long day.
Yeah.
It was a really long day.
Well,
but worth it.
Getting my haircut today. I mean, guy that was getting his haircut before me was talking about the event and how awesome it was. His kid ran in it.
Okay.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, some kids were really cruising through there. So, I think it's overall, like, to summarize it, just a great family, fun event. Yeah. I think we can lean a little bit more into the family fun atmosphere. But we had a ton of games and good music and lots of food. The food vendors were great.
I'm gonna get way.
Everybody showed up on time.
Yeah,
that was wonderful.
Right on time.
Yeah.
Right on time, and sold almost all their shit. And everybody's happy. I got a nice little thank you card from TC Taco.
Oh, good.
You talked to or Zach talked to the guy from the Sweet Smoke, and he ran out of food.
Chad, yeah.
Ohana's had a bang up night.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Rory, the hot Detroit Coney dog cart, said he didn't have the greatest turnout, but he had a blast and can't wait to come next year.
Good.
I don't know, maybe it's just because it was hot.
Next year we'll have to push the hot dogs.
We'll push the hot dogs a little more for you, Rory.
We're pushing the dogs.
I don't know. I am so looking forward to kind of setting up for next year. One thing we got to look at is, like, bouncy houses and shit. Like, where do we get that from?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm sure somebody out there knows where we can get a bouncy house.
Yeah, let us know in the comments. Oh, I still have to get a hold of Ted and get an okay on the tents for Rusty Fish, but that shouldn't be a problem.
Oh, okay.
I'll get on that this week.
Yeah.
I'll get on that this week yet.
Yeah, I'm excited for Rusty Fish. We're about to get into real kind of crunch time on some things. Yeah. We need to get some stuff ordered. Would really like to start seeing some signups come in.
I'd really like to start to see the merch.
We need to get the merch ordered.
Zachary, if you're watching this,
order the merch.
Order the merch, please.
Yesterday. Order the merch.
Please order the merch. That's stressful itself. But anyways.
I don't want to get too much into Rusty Fish because I feel like there's a lot to...
Oh, we need to talk about Rusty Fish.
Unpack. Well, we can,
Christ, we got 2 months, 2.5 months before... Not even 2.5 months, dude. 2 months.
I mean, I would... Like, at this point, this will be our third year doing it. We've got a few routes. We're changing some things, making it a little bit more manageable because we've got half the fucking county on the route.
Half the county on the route. Three different routes plus a marathon.
Yeah, the marathon. I'm excited for the marathon. I think it's I don't know how many gravel marathons there are out there. It's mostly gravel. And that route I think is going to be really nice. You're running along the river both ways. So
did you see? Keep going. Did you see Jason Connell's Strava?
No.
Him and Denny went out and the shit is this? I don't need to create a profile.
You gotta sign in.
I don't know what my sign in is.
Go to sign in.
Anyways, they ran the marathon, and they added like 4 miles to it.
Oh, okay. That's very on brand for them.
It's on brand. They got lost, apparently.
Got lost.
Is what they said. Let's see here. But it was like 30 miles, so it was basically an ultra. They're just out there crushing it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But it looked really good. No complaints. They loved it.
That's good.
How to fucking use this?
Need people to sign up. You gotta sign up if you're out there and
sign up for the race.
You're a Rusty Fish hype person. We need your help. Tell your friends to sign up.
Oh my God, yes.
And if you got complaints, I mean, reach out, let us know how to improve. I think it's really important. I think for a hot minute I was pretty attached to like the first year's route, not change anything year in year, consistency. But I think if we really want this thing to grow up to the sweet spot, our ears are open.
Yeah. What do you think the sweet spot is?
I think based on our venues and where we're at from the community support, I think the sweet spot for me is 400 to 500 racers.
Yeah. Yeah, when you were there, the Chamber Golf outing when that, what the gentleman's name that came with Dennis. I already forgot it. But anyways, he runs 5Ks up in Traverse City. And he said, like, the first thing he said to us, remember, are you at 500 runners yet?
Oh, okay.
And we were like,
I don't remember that.
No. Yeah, well, I do, because he
kind of a
puts
foggy
on a lot
morning.
of races, but he was like 500 runners is when you start making money.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I
And,
remember that guy.
I
can't remember his name. He puts on like the turkey trot or
yeah,
something.
but he's also he works for a big company up there too, and I can't remember.
Last name's Haggerty, I think.
Haggerty. Well, he looks for Haggerty Insurance.
No.
No?
No.
Oh.
I don't think so.
Anyways.
Let's not spread disinformation.
Yeah. Somebody Google that for me.
We could be wrong.
Dude, Jason Connell, he just puts on miles like it's nobody's business, dude.
Yeah.
I can't even
He
find it.
works for it.
Yeah,
for sure.
He does work for it. I'm going to find it here. But shit, dude, if we had 500 cyclists.
What's important to me is that we take care of them. Anybody that has a bad time, I really feel badly about that, and so
Yeah, same.
it's important to me that we grow it organically. Well, they missed their turn.
So you see it right away.
Yeah, and they missed their turn off of Stronach onto Steinberg. They didn't take... I thought we were going on Little River Road.
Well, I didn't take that good of a look at it. I just know that they ran over 26 miles.
Yeah. Come back through Filer. Yeah, and then... well, they totally missed... I mean, they ran through half of downtown Manistee. So... It's a good route.
It's a good route.
It's a good route. I hope.
I hope so too.
I'm not a marathon runner, so.
Do you think we need all of this, or I would love to see it. Do you think we'll be able to put all of this at the Rusty Fish, all of the Oberon?
Yeah, for sure. I think put it up. Put it up. I'd like to see more, frankly.
Yeah.
It's all about what they're able to give us on that day. They support so many events.
Gosh, I'm really looking forward to the Rusty Fish now.
The bag toss, I like the idea of adding a bag toss.
There's a picture out there, though.
Bago.
How many bag toss did we have?
Oh, we had 5 sets of boards.
And there's a picture where they're all in use.
Yeah. Yeah. We didn't even have them all put up because I know Stomp Out had 2 more sets. I have a set. We can get all kinds of bag toss boards.
I think they ended up selling like half the beer, which is pretty good. It's like 1,000 cans.
That's a lot of beer.
That's a lot of beer, dude.
That's a lot of beer.
Yeah. So, I mean, there was a shitload of people there that weren't participating. And there was a ton of people that showed up and they were like, what's going on? Dude, I did a targeted ad just for Manistee County on the Oberon deal that we did outside the commercial for the race. It was, regardless of how many times we shared, but it was just for Manistee, and it went out like 150-some thousand views in 2 days.
Yeah.
And there were still people coming into the store. I talked to them in the street and say, hey, am I going to see you on Saturday? And they'd be like, for what?
Well,
God damn, dude.
You can only do so much.
I know. It annoys the shit out of me because I try so hard to get to advertise for our company.
Yeah.
And when somebody's like, "What are you talking about?"
Well, there's only seriously, there's only you can only at this point you can only take in so much information, right?
Yeah.
So you're reading the paper, you're seeing newspaper ads, seeing targeted ads on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, ads on the side of all your websites, right?
Yeah.
Radio, TV. I know you don't watch a lot of TV, but all that stuff, and it's like you don't look at it all because you can't. There's not enough time in the day to look at it. I mean, how many emails do you delete you don't even look at? Like
So many.
advertising emails.
So many.
Like scrolling. And so we can put it in the paper, we can put it on targeted ads, all that stuff, but some people just aren't looking.
Why the fuck aren't
But
you looking?
it's okay. It's okay to be ignorant. It's okay to be ignorant. I have to keep telling myself that.
It's okay.
It's just
Just to have that blank
to be
stare.
patient with people.
Yeah.
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 But then the shit that I pick up. I was listening to something yesterday. This is going to be way off topic. Mosquitoes. Did you hear about this?
I've heard of mosquitoes.
No. The mosquitoes carrying
Vaccinations.
a vaccine.
Yeah. Yeah.
Bill Gates wants to
Yeah.
make mosquitoes carry vaccines.
All this stuff just really relies on the goodwill of people, and we know that you can't count on
Do you
that.
think that's fucking real though?
Yes, of course it's real.
Do you think it's real?
They're mad scientists, and
What-
they're rich.
Yeah, but what if you got like
I
what
mean,
if
the
you got
sky's the limit.
stung like 100 times?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
They're mad scientists.
You're going to end up with a fucking ribbon for a COVID vaccine.
Oh, I know.
information.
Misinformation at the bottom of that. We're so deep into it right now, it's not. Nobody's going to catch it.
Government's looking.
Yeah. We could say whatever we want right now.
But I think it's important to keep reaching, because I just said you can't rely on the goodwill of people, but he's doing the best. He's doing what he thinks is best. So,
We're still talking about Bill Gates.
yeah.
Yeah. Why not? Yeah, he's doing what he thinks is best.
And we'd love a grant from the Bill and
We'd love
Melinda
a good
Gates.
grant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you. Build
Infrastructure
us some
grant.
housing or childcare. Couple
Dude,
hot topics.
Speaking of childcare, do you know what I heard?
What did you hear?
Oh my gosh. I should say, oh my God. I heard that MCC is deleting the childcare program, their daycare.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude. They've got like 67 kids there.
It'll be a real shame. I think that's probably a developing situation. It's pretty fresh news.
Yeah. Well, you heard it here first, folks. MCC is deleting their daycare.
If the tribe can't do it and MCC can't do it,
Is it a can't or a want?
well, regardless, like if it doesn't work there, then where does it end? We've
Well,
got
where does it work?
I don't know.
I mean, is there or isn't there a daycare issue?
I know there's a lot of people working on it.
I know there's a lot of people working on it too. So when a daycare facility just says, we're out,"
I know.
and there's no place for these parents to send their kids.
I know. It's frustrating. It's like turning a cruise ship. So I think there's some people that are trying to turn the cruise ship.
Well, I think we all need to pray about it.
I have no comment.
Oh, Dilly, I'm going to get it out of you.
I'll tell you what I'm excited about. I'm excited about Lindsay Swiderski leading the charge on the block party.
Yeah, I mean,
TJ's block party, September 16th.
Yep. The Downtowners are going to be the band.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think something like that. Where she's leading the charge, she's organizing it, she's getting everybody together.
She's opening up her checkbook. I think
Opening up
people
her
need to
checkbook.
know that.
Yeah.
That it's just not
Yeah.
These events just don't come out of.
Well, we
they're
need to
not
get
free.
behind her. We need to get behind her and help her make it happen. Help it be a positive event.
The first one was rad.
Yeah.
I mean, we were busier than hell.
Yeah.
We were so busy we didn't expect it.
Yeah. I was out of town, so.
Yeah, where were you?
I don't remember.
It's like Fight Club for you. Have you started losing your mind a little bit with all the traveling that you do?
I don't know. I always just say that I have more good days than bad days. So, it's what do you want me to say about it?
I don't know.
It's like traveling
nuts,
sometimes
dude.
sucks, and
Like all the time.
sometimes you're late, sometimes you're hustling through the airport, sometimes it's a long day, sometimes it's a short day. I like what I do. I like what I do, and that's what I'll say about it.
Well, you're young. I get it. You're young.
Yeah.
You can handle all that shit when you're young. I wouldn't be able to do it now. When I was younger, I thought the traveling thing was going to be the thing.
I do want to point out that I am on vacation today.
Should I give him the date?
It is a Thursday.
Should I give him the date?
It's a Thursday in summer, and I'm home, so I'm on vacation.
This will probably go out tomorrow, Friday, actually. I'll edit this shit tomorrow morning and put it out everywhere.
So you're getting excited for North Country Trail Run?
Aren't you?
That's not what I asked.
I mean, are you at least going to attempt?
I'm gonna show up. I mean, obviously, I haven't been running.
There's so many people that walk it, dude.
I know. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm gonna leave the starting line. I don't know that I'll be able to go 13 miles. Last year, when I lost my keys, I ended up being out there for 9 miles. Joe had to come rescue me. And I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty stubborn. So, who knows? I don't know. Are they going to come out and kick me off the course? I mean, if they are, then they can. But when does it start? 8?
I think I go off at 8. Are you in the first wave?
I'm in the second wave.
So like 8:30.
Yeah. So between 8:30 and sunset, I mean, for me to go on a 13-mile hike, I'll say it now and eat my words. How hard could it be?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's pretty hard. Well, Becky did it last year. It took her about 4 hours, 20 minutes, 4-ish hours or something like that. And she hurt her knee.
Yeah.
At some point out there. And, she made it in.
Yeah. I will say the other day when Zach and I went riding and you weren't available, he was going to go on this, 60-mile ride. And I was like, well, I don't think I'm going to do 60 miles, but I'm going to ride with you and then turn off at some point. We were at mile 20, halfway out. And I was like, I was talking a little shit. I was like, I'm feeling good. We're having fun. This road is in great shape.
Yeah.
And I looked over to him and I said, hey, man, if I can't go on a 45-mile ride, what the fuck am I doing? And I said, this road is in great shape. It's a beautiful day. And then you just hear air coming out of my front tire. So I blew a tire.
Oh,
and so,
that's the day that...
Yeah, I patched it and then rode home 20 miles. And
grinded it out, though.
Yeah, well, yeah. You were at the beach, so it's not like I was going to call you and come pick me up.
I would have came and got you.
I know. But, I mean, that was just sort of... It was a tough ride. It was a tough ride. And, I've been on this slow tailspin for the last year, so we'll see what happens. I mean, I'm going to show up, and I paid my registration. I'm pretty sure I ordered a sweatshirt.
Yeah.
So I'll get that
get
stuff.
Get some merch.
And cheer on my friends.
Trail running merch, and then you can
really
put
support
a
everybody.
13.1 sticker on the back of your truck, and be like, I did it.
And I can be one of the people that, the bikers complain about because they don't pick up the flags after that race.
Bikers. I'm out there riding, getting saddle sores with you dickheads, and all I can think about is running.
I know.
So you can do a 100-mile race on your bike.
Well, I
with a little bit of training.
I did 2 years ago. Well, it wasn't a race, but we pre-rode the course.
Yeah.
But that's 2 years ago. It's a lot of... It's a lot of Texas Roadhouse margaritas ago.
Jesus, when we did the course the first time, when it was just the 50 going out to Ironfish, I thought I was going to die.
Yeah.
I thought I was going to die by the time we got there.
Yeah.
You know, it's just a different. But I watched something the other day. It's all like, you know, running and cycling. With enough training, it's never your lungs. It's never your lungs that
hopefully
say,
not.
well, it's not. It's not. Like, I know I could run for days. What's going to stop is my legs.
Sure.
You just got to get your legs into, hey, listen, now you need to go another 5 miles.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Same on the bike,
I
dude.
guess you could say that about anything,
It's the
right?
same
Like,
on the bike. Well, it's the
that's the
same on
whole-
the bike. It's never your lungs.
Sure.
Really, if you do enough training, it's never your lungs.
Yeah.
It's your muscles.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So, we're right in the middle of a podcast.
What was that?
Dan Bathrick.
Oh. You got to get Dan on the show.
I had him on here years ago.
Did you?
Yeah,
It's
he was
time.
he was my very first guest.
It's
My
time
very
again.
First guest.
Time
it is
again.
Time. You're right. I should.
He's got a lot to say about what's happened
He's got a lot
since
to say.
then.
That'd be a good fucking
It's
podcast.
a good show.
That's good.
Between him and Don War. I mean, you need to have like a.
Don wants to come back
the
on.
heavy hitters.
Yeah.
Bring him back in.
Don says he's, you know, obviously Don's got stories that he never got a chance to tell, and I think that'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be fun to get him back on.
Yeah.
You know. This is all I want to do now, dude.
I've got a. I got a story there, but I'll save it for another time.
I'll save it for now.
Well, I don't want to get into it.
What are you talking about? You don't want to get into
it's
it.
It's just it's related, but it's not related. So
Make it related.
it's not though.
But
Let's
we're
just
talking
talk about.
it.
Let's do something
Oh,
else.
you dick! How do you do that?
Sorry, I shouldn't have even said it.
Don't you shit? No.
I shouldn't have said
Was it about Don?
No,
You can tell me later, Dan.
no.
Unrelated to those.
It's
two.
unrelated to everything.
But you just don't want to tell the story.
Yeah, I
like
just don't.
Runza's.
I already told the Runza story.
You should tell the Runza story again. We should bring that back. That was so random that it came back up on my For You page yesterday.
The Runzas are just they're fast food hot pockets, and they're in Nebraska. It's a Nebraska staple in the fast food scene of Nebraska.
Wouldn't you call
You
it?
get a Runza.
So what is a Runza?
A Runza is a it's like a fast food hot pocket. It's like a loose hamburger and beef mixed with like a French onion soup base, and then they wrap the whole thing in white bread, and it's almost like a pasty, but
I was just gonna say it's a pasty.
no, it's not a pasty. You're gonna upset some people by saying a Runza's a pasty on both sides.
You wrap it.
No,
So it's not
a pasty.
It's not wrapped in dough.
A pasty
fried.
is like pie crust.
Yeah.
And it's beef, rutabaga, potato, carrot, lard, butter. Delicious. It's like a whole meal.
So
A Runza is like a loose burger wrapped up in a Wonder Bread. I know I was pretty passionate about it at the time after a few beers, but
Yeah, but like,
it's
do you want a beer?
no, I'm good.
But when you bite into it, doesn't all that shit come flying out?
Well, you gotta hold it. You gotta hold it upright. Otherwise, it'll pour out. The Runza will run all over you.
We're gonna clip that. My God. I don't know. Keep looking at your watch. You got
No, I
someplace
just.
to go? Oh, I know you got to go shopping for
I have
your
to go
music
shopping for
festival.
Hoxseyville. Yeah,
What's that like?
Hoxseyville's great.
Is it like
You show up on Friday morning. You don't leave until Sunday. You're not supposed to leave on
Drugs?
Sunday. You're supposed to no. So, some people, I can't. Jesus Christ, James. I have a factory job. You're not supposed to miss the Sunday show. You're supposed to leave Monday, but I mean, most of the
people.
working world has to leave on Sunday. But we got it's a great lineup. I'm really excited. They put on a great show out there. I don't know, it's 4,000 or 5,000 people.
Holy shit!
Yeah. Out in the woods. Out in the woods. At 37 and 55.
So it's like Burning Man,
No.
but in the
It's
woods.
not like Burning Man.
It's exactly like Burning Man. It sounds just like Burning Man.
Marcus King's going to be there.
I don't know who that is.
There's going to be a great lineup. People can look it up.
What's the lineup? Hoxseyville.
Yeah. Hoxeyville.
Look at that. Type in Hoxie and it pops right up, dude. Yes, allow. You can see what I got going on here. Schedule, that'd be it.
Ah.
Look at that. Kate Rose, don't know. Rodney Norman, Luke Wilson King, Winslow King.
Luke Winslow
Sounds
King.
Rodney Norman,
Silver
you said
Creek
that.
Revival, Full Chord,
Neighbor.
Lindsay Lou, The Silent Disco.
Circle. I've never done a silent disco and it looks amazing.
I've never done it either, but I've got friends that enjoyed it.
The Insiders.
So this might be go down. Yeah, okay, so this is the right lineup. For a while they had their lineup from 2 years ago on the website, and it was showing Billy Strings as being there. Billy's not coming this year. So the Wood Brothers is good.
Sunday's packed, dude.
Yeah,
And you're leaving Sunday, though.
probably.
Poser.
Well, I have to fly out on Monday, so don't rob me.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
But I like Hoxeyville. You know, we take the bus. I got 9 people showing up. We're gonna hang out, listen to music, sit in the sun. It's a lot like Under the Big Sky in Montana.
What's the outhouse situation like?
The outhouse, it's great. Clean them 3 times a day.
Do they really?
Yeah,
Do they really?
yeah. You have a higher chance of getting a wet porta-john than a dirty porta-john.
Do they really clean them enough?
I'm not kidding you. They are
Wow, that's top shelf.
the best porta-john experience I have ever had. Is at Hoxeyville.
Because I got to tell you, you're going there.
It's 3 days.
What? It starts. What is today? Thursday. It starts
Today's
today.
Thursday. Well, that's like all the pre-arrival stuff. We
Starts
won't
Thursday.
get there until tomorrow.
But you're going Friday, Saturday, leaving
Yeah.
Sunday. Dude, I would totally hold it. Like I would not shit for 3 days.
Good radio.
And I don't know how you do it. There's no showers out there.
You end up with some pretty gnarly looking feet.
So this is
kinda
legitimately
dirty.
like Burning Man without the drugs. You don't do
No,
drugs.
I don't think so. I mean, Burning Man's a different vibe. This is not like a rowdy crew.
I wouldn't know. I've never been to Burning Man. I'm just saying.
Neither have I. But I mean, the videos.
Is it
you
like
got,
the Electric Music Festival or whatever that's called?
No,
In Montague?
definitely not. Nobody goes missing from Hoxeyville.
Are
It
you
may
sure
sound
about
like
that?
I'm talking
Are
shade,
you
but
sure about that?
not yet.
Can you just go and watch a
Yeah.
show?
You can get daytime tickets.
Oh, Weekend Gate. Holy shit. $275. That's what you're doing?
Yeah, but I bought before that price.
Kids
I
can
gotta-
go 5 to 15 years?
Yeah, because there's all kinds of stuff going on for the kids. It's a family-friendly event.
Day pass, $120.
I like it, because you're camping,
Yeah.
so your camping is included in the ticket, and then so you just walk in and out, go to the cooler, go make yourself lunch, hang out.
You bring BYOB or you...
BYOB,
yes.
no
So
glass.
There's no concession or anything?
There are, yeah. Inside the bowl, you can't bring. You can't
Your
bring
own.
it.
You gotta.
Yeah,
You got to pregame.
yeah,
You got to pregame.
Yeah.
Get yourself up for that.
yeah. But the RV pass, so the bus is in the sweet spot because it's technically a Class C RV, and so I don't have to pay for an RV pass. I can get in just under general admission because it's the same footprint
Just
as
drive in.
a vehicle. Yeah. So
They're gonna change that shit. I would.
it's too many people.
I absolutely
too many
would.
people in minibuses making off with your money.
Huh. This is interesting.
Yeah, it's a good time. You should consider coming. I tell everybody they should go to
I'm not a
Hoxeyville.
camper. I spent enough time in tents when I was in the service. I'm good. Unless I had an RV, like a big fucking bus
Yeah.
situation, like you have.
Well, if
a
you have
bigger-
sleep apnea, you could get into the ADA section so that you could have a generator running.
is that real?
Yes.
Sleep apnea gets
Sleep apnea gets you into the ADA section.
Oh yeah,
It's
because you got to
kinda
have
funny.
that.
Yeah, well,
Hey, did you ever get your sleep apnea fixed?
no.
Did you listen to my podcast I did with Kristen Watson?
I'm not going to lie to you. I did not listen to it. I will. I will sometime.
No, you don't have to
I will
listen to
sometime. I had a consultation, and the medical industry is really screwed up. So,
You had a consultation at a dentist's office, though, didn't you?
yeah, sleep apnea solutions. And they did a wonderful job, but it's like I'm not going to pay $200 out of pocket to take something home for a sleep apnea test. And then it was like a 2.5 month lead time in order to get into the sleep study here in town.
Was it
at
that
the
long?
hospital. Huh?
Was it that long?
Yeah. Yeah. So I called. She goes, yeah, we're about 2 months out. I said, okay, well, I'll look at my schedule and I'll call you back. She goes, well, if you call me back, I'm probably going to be 3.5 months out. So it's like, I don't know. It's screwed up.
So we're going to try to do a dental implant deal? Is that what
Yeah.
you were thinking?
Well, I don't know. It's like a mouthpiece.
She talked about some shit where they put a thing in your, surgically cut you open, put it in. I'm going to butcher it, but they put like this. It's almost like a pacemaker in the back of your throat. That helps. That helps with it. So you don't.
Can I get a beer?
Yeah, absolutely. So you don't have to do the mask thing.
Okay.
You know.
I don't suspect that having a mask would really bother me. Because during COVID, I was sleeping on a plane with a mask.
Yeah.
That's when you really wanted the mask.
You don't want.
That's when you're sleeping on the plane, just open mouth, head back.
Just. Yeah, the mask going in your mouth, out your mouth, in your mouth, out your
They're
mouth.
tapping you on the forehead. Would
Yeah.
you like some coffee, Mr.
Yeah.
Walker?
You know, you
No,
wake
I'm
up
sleeping.
and you've got it pulled down underneath your nose, and you're like, pull it back up. You're breathing out of your nose. You're going to fucking kill everybody.
Now we're definitely going to get the little ribbon.
Yeah, more than that, demonetized. I don't know. I can't wait. I was telling Betsy the other day, like, we need a solid, like, maybe one more year, and then we can open up the floodgates and talk about all the dumb shit that went on in 2020. Like, really go hard in the paint. But right now you can't. Right now you can't. But what I am finding, though...
You can make jokes about it.
Oh, I make jokes.
There's some
make
funny
jokes
stuff that
during
happened.
it, and some people that I thought were my friends came after me.
Yeah.
And now that the dust is cleared and everything is kind of going away, these people are coming back. You know?
That's the way it goes.
Yeah. Well, I got receipts, dog.
You got receipts.
You know? So,
I'm
there's
glad I
that.
wasn't one of those people.
No. Who the fuck was I talking? Well, the gal from Three Blondes Brewery. Carrie. Bond number 2. So fun. You didn't watch that one either, because you would have commented on that one. That was a fun one. Super high energy, dude. Her energy, like, you could feel her vibration a block away before she came in.
Okay.
Super awesome lady. But talking about, like, you know, all the steps that, you know, just like every restaurant, all the bullshit that they had to go through just to try to stay open and create business, and doing the tents outside. That's my favorite. That's my absolute favorite thing.
Well, you know, there was a whole year and a half where you couldn't buy an ice fishing shanty because Applebee's was buying all the ice fishing shanties.
Yeah.
To do their outdoor dining.
Yeah.
Inside, outside.
Yeah.
With a heater in there.
With a heater. We're fucking 2 feet apart, sharing cheese sticks.
Yeah. That's
You
the way it
know,
goes.
drinking Big Brutuses.
Nobody knows how many people we saved by putting them inside the Eskimo shanty outside the Applebee's in the
But
parking
if they
lot.
were family, it was okay.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It was okay. Oh my God. The commercials are the best. There's one that comes on right now, and my kids that doesn't come on anymore, but used to. And they were like, I just want to see my grandma again. You know?
That was sad. There's a lot of sad times. Was a lot of sad times. I thought we had a lot of good times during the shutdowns.
You put on like almost 4,000 miles on your bike.
Yeah, there's a lot of riding. Yeah, I mean, there's some parts of that summer that were probably the best that will ever be. So.
Yeah, the there was a certain amount of freedom that came with this perceived inability to just be a human. And you could do certain things.
Well, you could do whatever you want as long as you were like by yourself, away from everyone else.
Exactly.
Right?
That's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, like I don't know. You could go walk the Appalachian Trail.
You could have.
You know,
Don't get caught. Don't get caught out
nobody
there.
Nobody was gonna call you and be like, "Hey, where are you?"
Yeah. Are you wearing a mask?
Do you?
You have your bandana wrapped around your face.
Yes.
That was my favorite. And there was actually a time where I was like, I could get used to this, the bandana, because it was kind of like fashion accessory.
Sure.
I get it. People were scared. I was on a run before shit was locked down. I was on a run, and I was running over by the condos over at Fifth Avenue, and a gentleman was running. Was on his run coming towards me. And I just moved over like a little bit to let him, because he was going to pass me. And to exchange a pleasantry, I was getting ready to say, hello.
Hello.
And, as you pass, like, hey, it's kind of like saying, good job, know. And running. And as he got close, he turned his head and like blew out air away from me.
Yeah.
And I'm like, holy shit.
Yeah.
Like, wow, dude.
He's got a perfectly fine-tuned cardiovascular system. He can't be contaminated.
Yeah. And just straight up in the brain box. And I remember mornings and days running downtown River Street, and it was like apocalypse, like nothing.
Yeah.
Completely boarded up and shut.
I had a tweet. I was in Meyer, and this was at when you weren't allowed to go out unless it was essential.
Yeah.
And
great word, by the way.
I took a picture of it, and I was like, pick the essential item. I had, what did I have? I had, like, soap. I had windshield washer fluid, and I had a half-gallon of mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Mint chocolate chip ice cream.
Yeah. I was like, pick one.
Which chocolate chip ice cream.
Which one can't you live without?
You can live without soap. You can live without soap and washer fluid. Mint chocolate chip ice cream is top 5.
Yeah.
For sure, top 5.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's wild.
Anyway.
I still have a little PTSD from it all.
Yeah, there's a certain, I hate to use buzzwords, but there is a certain a level of trauma that people are never going to get over. And just the way some things were handled and people handled it with each other, I think it's unfortunate, because whatever information you were following, I mean, there's new information out there, and there's a lot of opportunities to go back and say, hey, we didn't handle this. Let's be friends again. Or, friends and family and coworkers and so many times.
Well, I think when people get scared, it's unfair to look back and be like,
it was scary.
You got to look back and be like, I get it. You were scared.
Yeah, people were scared. I was scared. I
was
scared.
Honest, I wasn't.
Well,
I was annoyed the most.
Sure.
I was just super annoyed with everything. Like, what?
I think if you took that approach, I mean, it was annoying, but I was, you had family close by, right?
Yeah. Everybody.
Yeah.
The close family, everybody.
Yeah.
Close by.
So I didn't have a pod.
Yeah.
That was one of the buzzwords. Your pod. COVID pod.
Let's be honest. I was never in the pod.
Yeah. Well, you were essential, right?
Yeah.
So you were here working.
How
many days were you closed down?
Absolutely 0. It absolutely drives me nuts, that word, still to this day. The picking and choosing of who. I'm at a liquor store, dude.
Yeah.
I'm selling vodka to people.
Yeah.
And we're essential.
Yeah.
Wild to me.
Yeah. Well, it happened, and now
again,
there's
this level of like uncomfortability here. So we got about another year before we can be like, all right, listen, this is how I really feel about the sun.
Yeah. But I mean, until then, right? Now we've got all this ARPA money that we can try and use on cool shit. Because, it didn't. It was not soon enough to save some of the people.
Yeah.
Right. And so now it's like, well, we can put up art parks and redo river walks and
Yeah.
do kind of some stuff like that.
And that stuff is cool, man. But I tell you what, though, like we didn't take the PPP because we didn't need it. We were open.
Sure.
And quite frankly, our business, profited from it.
Yeah.
Because we were one of the few places that were open and you could come to. But that said, that didn't stop the phone from ringing off the hook from banks saying, "Hey, can we help you get your PPP?"
Oh yeah.
And I'm like,
well,
"No,
because
dude,
they
I
were
don't
making
need
money
it."
off that.
Yeah. And I'm like,
there was a lot of people that really, screwed a lot of people over by
Yeah.
taking advantage.
Yeah.
And it was unfortunate.
Yeah.
I mean, it's because that was like when things started to kind of crumble, right? At first, it was like everybody's getting together. We're gonna try and do what's best for everybody in our community, and then immediately you start seeing people rip each other off. I think the first thing that I saw was Menards gouging people on toilet paper and hand sanitizer.
It's like, come on. Or
You
that
know?
dude that bought like a
he bought all of it.
Yeah, like he bought all of it.
Yeah, he was
saw
reselling it on
coming.
eBay.
I mean, kind of a gangster move. Just an entrepreneur.
Yeah, I mean, there's a fine line between capitalism and fucking fraud. So,
But that's the other thing. It's all about the information though too, because like I'm in here at Manistee Beverage. I got a guy come in the store. This is kind of like during the beginning of the shutdowns, and asked me if I had any tonic. Did I tell you this?
no.
Do you sell tonic? And I said, yeah, I sell tonic. Of course I said, well, you have Schweppes? And at the time, I didn't have Schweppes. I had, whatever. I had Faygo and some other kind of tonic, right? Q or whatever. And he's like, ah. And I go, well, what's wrong with what I have? And he's like, well, your tonic doesn't have quinine in it. And I'm like, well, that's where you're wrong. All tonic has quinine. That's how you make tonic.
Yeah.
He's like, oh, really? And I said, yeah. So this is what I have. So he grabs it all, like all of it. He kept coming up the counter with more. And I'm like, man, are you having a party? Because I don't think you're supposed to have a party. And he was like, no, quinine cures COVID.
Oh,
I used
you heard it here first.
Yeah, you heard it here first. And I go, really? He's like, yeah. And then no shit. Like he bought everything. And then literally for the next couple of weeks, I couldn't get any more tonic because it was sold out everywhere. And people were coming in and asking for it. I couldn't get any.
So, was that like...
It's some part of like
Where
some
did that go? Was
malaria
that
drug has quinine in it. And the quinine, but you'd have to... I brought this up to Kristen when she was here too because we were talking about all kinds of shit. And she was like, yeah, but you got to literally take like... I mean, there's... What little bit is in the bottle of tonic,
Yeah.
you would have to drink like, 200 bottles of tonic.
For it to be effective?
Even close to being effective. You just be
What?
pissing a lot.
I mean, did he have COVID? Was he trying to cure himself? Or was he like...
Preventative?
Preventative? Can you imagine like every night, just like
drinking
a
tonic
glass
water.
of... A glass of tonic
Burping
water?
and farting all night. Jesus.
Because like I can only handle so much tonic,
I mean, but
like
that was the
gin
thing
and
too.
tonics.
Everybody was like, this will help. This will
Yeah.
help. Don't do that. This will help. Remember when the shot was like a magnet? And you could Do you remember
magnet?
that?
No.
When people were putting metal on the spot where they got the shot.
Oh my god.
And there were videos where it was sticking there, and they're like, so the government's putting a chip in.
No, they're sticking there because you're just a big sweaty human being. It's like a suction cup.
I know.
It's a magnet. Come on.
Come on.
That's the kind of stuff. Like
Yeah.
when the sun started to shine through the clouds, I mean,
Yeah.
that was like more comfortable being like, come on.
Yeah. Yeah. But wild.
Well, this was like some of the really cool stuff that came out of it, right? It's the downtown outdoor dining. And
yeah, we wouldn't have had
the
that.
social district.
We would not have had it.
And
Look at us.
I frankly like the boom of people moving to northern Michigan.
Yeah, I mean, let's not get it twisted. People departed because.
Oh yeah, they were running, which is fine.
No, I mean,
I would have ran away too.
people passed away.
Oh, people did die.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
not to get it.
Yeah,
People did
I don't want to get into it. You know, I
We're
got
already
too many.
in it.
I got too many friends. I got too many friends to be pissing in their Cheerios on some of this stuff. It's 2023, and I'm done debating it.
Yeah.
With people. So
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't debate it. I don't debate it.
yeah.
I had to debate the fucking thing for 2 years behind the counter.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, whatever. I got a message
Yeah,
from
well,
a
that's
guy
one
the other
thing-
day that was like a total dickhead to me over the whole thing, and now he wants to be my boy.
Yeah.
You know, it's like,
Well, you know, alcoholism doesn't have a political party.
yeah. No, it doesn't. I pay my taxes. I don't know.
Well, what can we talk about that'll
What else
keep
can we talk-
whoever's still with us?
I'm going to put this at the front end. Oh my gosh. You want to talk about Dylan Mulvaney? I'm just kidding.
No, I do not. Actually, let's get into that, right? We've got all these like surface fucking social issues. Maybe we shouldn't get into it.
I'm into
but
it.
We have a lot of social issues that are really on the surface, and people are really getting bent out of shape about some things, rightfully so, based on other people's reactions. And I think if everybody just gave a little bit of grace to a counterpart on the other side of an issue, right, we could focus on some of these issues that are still, you know, huge. The fact that we were missing how many units of affordable housing, the fact that you can't get employees because they can't get child care or they can't afford to buy a car because the cars don't have microchips in them.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, we're all distracted over
Some dumb shit.
who's drinking what beer.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
It is
It's always
ridiculous.
been about picking your brand and just doing it. I see both sides, but I mean, the big issue that I have is the overreaction. I don't care how you want to react. Don't overreact.
Yeah.
That's my thing. Just shut up.
Shut the fuck up. Jesus.
Have your opinion, talk about it, and then let's all just keep moving on. 'Cause we do have to.
Well, we used to be able to
We're
do
all
that.
living in the same timeline here.
We used to be able to do that. Have
I mean,
an opinion,
you still can.
talk about it, move on. But not like we used to.
Well, you gotta pick how you react.
Or pick who you're going to have an interaction with about something.
Yeah. Interactions are two-sided,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah. I mean, when you're on the right side,
Yeah.
like the dumb shit on County Line Road that's got the American flag and the. I wonder if he watches this.
I
Hey,
don't-
dickhead.
I don't-
You got an American flag and you have a Confederate flag hanging on the top of your driveway. Doesn't make any sense.
I don't have any comments on that.
I'd go
I-
hard on that guy. I don't even
Yeah.
know who that guy is, but I want to be like, you make zero sense.
Yeah. I mean, that's his own personal property. It's
This
It's
is our
too bad
country,
well-
and the South won.
It's too bad he feels that way. It really is. But I don't know that you're going to change that person's mind. So, if they
Yeah.
keep it on their property, I mean, what do you do? You can't. What do you do? I mean, the issues, the bigger issues I have are the defacing public property.
Yeah.
We've got a few instances where people are going out and still graffitiing swastikas and that kind of stuff. It's, that the only reaction that's ever going to get is to try and scare someone or to try and make them mad. So there's no positivity in it. It's
Probably some dipshit kid. I mean, I think more times than not, it's just some kid misguided,
yeah.
kind of getting off on the outrage from
Yeah.
everybody else.
Yeah, I mean, do you know where your kids are right now?
Yeah. Are they out, spray painting swastikas on the road? Little shits need to be spanked.
It's too bad. It really is. It's too bad. Because if they ever get caught, I mean, that's going to be their thing. right?
For the rest of their life.
Yeah.
For the rest of their life.
Yeah.
That'll be something that they're attached to.
Yeah. And that's not the only reason it's wrong. I don't know. There's
layers.
there's something I'm gonna say that is gonna be misinterpreted, and I'll get labeled something, but I don't agree with it, and I don't condone it.
Yeah.
It's atrocious.
And Bill Gates wants to put vaccines in
In the mosquitoes.
So we come back to that.
Yeah. But there's not a lot of mosquitoes out this time of year. There's usually more mosquitoes. I've had very little mosquito attention. So maybe maybe Bill and Melinda Gates already bought all the mosquitoes, and
Well, they're divorced.
they're on the shelf. Are they?
I think they're divorced. Are they not divorced? I thought they got divorced.
I don't know.
I don't know. I don't follow them that closely. Also, I have Just Green spray the shit out of my property so
Sure.
that I don't have mosquitoes or ticks.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's great for the environment.
Yeah. It's not.
But you know what I have? A very enjoyable, comfortable backyard.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
So a little bit of smoke. And they're all gone. But what I do have is a 14-point monster buck
Oh,
and a 12-point monster.
you got some
that
city deer.
hang out together in my backyard, eating off my compost, along with, a shitload of does.
Yeah.
We need to start having a little target practice on the deer in this city. 100%. But not like snipers like they tried to do.
That's expensive.
Super expensive and dumb. Like, just give a bunch of us the authority to go out and murder some deer, and we'll clean them up.
I wonder how a 10-point buck that's been living on compost and fertilized grass and petunias, how do they taste?
Well, I don't give a shit. It's a monster, dude. It was across the street from my house the other day, and it was on its hind legs, and it looked like it was 12 feet tall.
Yeah, they're big.
Up grabbing branch, like, I don't know if it was doing that thing.
Eating
What's
apples?
that thing that they do? They get ready for the rut, and there's a little deal they do with their eye. There's the thing. I'm gonna fuck this up. So they scrape, they rub, they piss, they do something else to let
They spread scent.
for spreading scent. But there's
Yeah.
something they do with their eye. They'll like put it on a
Yeah.
tree thing, a limb.
I don't know anything about that.
Yeah, aren't you a hunter?
I wouldn't claim to be. Not on camera.
There's something that they do with their eye. They either squirt something or something comes out and they rub it on like a branch, or a leaf. There is something. I think that's what it was doing.
Scent gland.
We're gonna clip
Dance-
this. Somebody
Dance
will
would be
tell
the
us.
one to ask
Dance
about that.
Dance would know for sure.
Yeah.
It is so big. Ted that put up the tents for us for Run the Pier.
Yep.
So, he was like, "Hey, kid, you got a monster." He lives, like, nowhere near me. And he knows that there's a monster in my
they
backyard.
know where they all are.
Yeah, those guys know where they're at.
My dad's the same way.
Yep.
And
it makes its rounds. It's been seen down by, like, 31. Down by, like, Wendy's and shit. But
yeah.
Who do we got to talk to let us just get crossbows? One night, I bet you could shoot 100 deer.
You got to read the regulations and find out what's legal in your
Well,
backyard.
I can't shoot it in my backyard. What I'm saying is, like, what do we have to do to get a militia, a group of militia together to go shoot some deer and clean them up in the city? They're everywhere, bro.
I don't know. The police and the DNR are the ones.
I don't want the police and DNR to do it. I want to do it.
Well, they'll be involved one way or another. So,
I mean, I've shot a deer or two in my day.
yeah, I believe it.
Yeah.
Not,
So have you.
Not in town.
Not in my backyard.
Yeah. Yeah, I have too, but it's not in the city. It's dangerous,
Somebody's going to shoot that 14 point.
but they will.
It won't be me.
Or it'll get hit by a car.
That deer's too smart. That deer knows. It's got a route that it's clearly going from one feed pile to another. I don't know. We're not solving any problems right now, D. I want to know what the city's going to do about the goddamn Japanese knotweed.
It's coming up everywhere. Everywhere I go now, I see it. And I'm like, more Japanese knotweed. It's tough to get rid of, I know that. But you got to nip it in the bud. There's a way to take care of it. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the soil conservation district will help you, but you got to let them help.
You got to let them help.
So, I don't know, some people like it. They're nuts, but because it just takes over.
I think my parents' neighbor. I don't know if it's knotweed, but it's definitely an invasive plant. And over the course of like the last few years, it's taking up all of the side of that, like the little easeway between the houses and the guy's backyard. He can't even mow the lawn.
Is it Phragmites?
And it's pushing their
Phragmites?
fence over.
Oh, yeah.
It's wild, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a lot of stuff out there.
I think the next time you and I we should have like 6 or 7 beers before the podcast.
Yeah, maybe.
Really get you going. And then you could be like Peter Griffin. You know what grinds my gears, Jim? You know what really grinds my gears?
It's important. It's important to me that I kind of walk this line of goofing off and still be able to, have a professional interface.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I'm.
And you always got to think about your future. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna lean hard into the podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna start leaning really hard into it now that Run the Pier's over and we've got about a month and a half or so for Rusty Fish, and after that it's gonna be.
It's almost winter, so it's almost podcast season.
It's podcast season coming up.
Yeah.
It's been hard for me to dedicate some time to it.
You were doing an episode every couple days for a while.
Yeah.
So. Yeah. I think you got a lot of new people in town that you can talk to. Businesses close, but there's also businesses opening.
Yeah.
And it's coming up on election season.
Which is going to be fire for me.
It's always really interesting to talk to people on the show to hear what they talk about during their campaign and then find out what they're really like after the election and as the term goes on.
Yeah. So I really want to kind of lean into that, and this time around I'm not going to be like banked questions, nice and easy. I'm going to have some fun with it.
Well, there's a lot of important issues that some of these elected officials get heavily involved with and can really either get in the way or help.
Yeah.
Depending on what they think. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. I'm not saying we got to control the way people think, but
yeah, there's a bunch of
people got to be open-minded.
Yeah. 100%. Well, you got to go shopping for Hoxieville.
Yeah, I really appreciate the time, the ride. I had a great time going for a ride today. Thanks for having me again, and thanks for listening to me.
Yeah. We're going to figure this out because you're going to be my fill-in guest going forward.
That sounds good.
I think every quarter you should make and I really need to fucking
we're getting a lot of background. They probably can't hear it, but a logging truck just jake braked past the shop.
Once a quarter, you're going to make an appearance.
Yeah, I would love that. I'd love that.
I love you, brother.
Thanks, man.
For coming on.